And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 9 of Modern Warfare 2. I really don't remember what happened in the last part.
Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. Neither do I. I think we were on
Because-
a boat, maybe, or maybe it was those oil rigs.
Okay, no. The oil rigs was the last thing that happened.
Yeah.
I know that happened, and then I don't remember if there was a mission, a U.S. military mission after the oil rigs.
The monastery didn't survive the purges.
Maybe.
Over the last
I
century,
don't remember entirely. There's been a lot that's happened over the last few days.
That's fair. Well, this game likes to alternate between the two.
I thought we'd won.
Frick, what's the word? Factions.
Yeah,
that's
between
a
two
better word.
different faction groups.
Yeah, it likes to alternate between the two for every mission. So.
Yeah. So essentially, in this mission, we kind of learned that there's a person in this prison named Prisoner 627, who is essentially someone that Makarov extremely hates.
Oh, okay.
And so now we're going to break this person out because we think they might be of help to us.
Gotcha.
And this is probably, I think, aside from like the obvious, like, you know, no Russian mission, this might be one of the most iconic missions of the game.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, iconic for the better part.
Yeah.
Of the thing. Yeah. Yeah. Technically, if you want to get into technical terms, the No Russian mission is infamous rather than iconic.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're referring to this as like probably this what right here, probably the best mission in the game, then sure. That could be considered.
It certainly takes a, because there aren't many like this that take a different approach of how this mission starts.
Yeah.
Of where you're on, it's like, it's of course like an on rails type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't really see much of those, especially with helicopters in Call of Duty games. Now, of course, over time they became more common.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess putting it into perspective, this was 2009, so.
Yeah. So this was kind of a new concept of trying in a first-person shooter game.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's something you always gotta remember when it comes to these earlier titles. That this is how this is they are the precursors to a lot of video game elements that we would see later down the road, and then even later down the road we get tired of them. Even
Yeah.
it's funny how that works. But something that can be so cool back then just becomes so sterile now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So essentially, it doesn't show that we're on a time limit, but we're in terms of story, we're on a time limit. Like not in actual gameplay, we're on a time limit because we have to get in to get the Prisoner 627 before the U.S. Air Force essentially, well, not the Air Force, the Navy technically, before the U.S. Navy essentially bombs the prison.
Gotcha. The Navy does have pilots for.
Navy does have pilots.
Yeah, they just don't. They need it when they need it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm like, typically, if you're dealing with pilot stuff, you leave that to the Air Force.
Yeah. But yeah, no. For I think in the last game, Modern Warfare 1,
Yeah.
it showed off like whenever there was like a time thing, that there'd be like an on-screen timer that you would see.
Yeah, like when I had to get to the control panel to stop the nuke, there was a time limit there.
Right.
And I think there even might be one in this game, but I can't remember.
Maybe towards the end, maybe.
I think so. There might be.
Yeah, so it seems that like whenever they do want to have something like that they would make it extremely obvious and not have it be a stupid.
I really didn't know why at first that guy caught on fire after I shot him.
Yeah.
And then I realized after re-looking over the footage when I was editing this, was that the reason he caught on fire was when I shot him, the bullet hit him and then it hit an electrical panel.
Oh, really?
Set him on fire.
Oh wow, that's keen attention to detail there. Neat. All right.
The funny thing is, I don't know if that was in like an intentional gameplay ad or if that was just accidentally added in there.
I don't know. By the way you described it, it seems like there might be a little environmental things.
Maybe. If there was, I haven't noted. Note that this is the remastered edition, so they definitely could have done that.
Maybe. Yeah, it does seem weird. If there is that one little thing in there, and pretty much not really anything else, because I know you've described this before. Like Call of Duty doesn't really do environmental stuff.
Yeah, that's more of a Battlefield thing.
Right. Yeah.
Which, of course, we saw when we did Battlefield 3.
Right. Yeah.
Still my favorite of the series.
and the last good one, right?
No, that's actually no. Battlefield 4 was pretty good, and Battlefield 1 was honestly not bad either.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Battlefield 1.
Battlefield 5 is when we started to get into the sucks dick category.
Yeah, and never forget 2042.
Which I've never even bothered to play.
Oh wow.
I played like twice, and then that was it. I felt the same way about that I did with Black Ops 4. It was like, it doesn't have a campaign, I don't care.
Oh, did 2042 not have a campaign?
It did not.
Yeah, that's...
Which sucks, because like their best things were like their campaign.
Yeah, and you know, this is a thought that's crossed my mind just recently. The games that are just purely multiplayer, they don't have any single player content whatsoever. And I'm not necessarily talking about campaign stuff. I'm just talking about like any sort of single player content whatsoever. If like a game doesn't have that, like there's no reason, because think about it, like one day those servers are going to go offline. That's what happened with the first Overwatch game. And now you've essentially just wasted a whole bunch of plastic and discs for the last six or so years before the online servers went down. So it's just become worthless now. So it's always sad to see. That's why I'd like. Okay, it's fine to have like a multiplayer center focused thing on it. Just at least have at least something to do with single player campaigns, so people down the line don't have don't waste their money on something, you know? Yeah. Because I can think of all the poor souls who don't even know what happened to the Overwatch 1 servers, and then they go by because, hey, we heard this is a great game. Wait a minute, I can't play it now. Oops.
Yeah. Because at least, like, outside of multiplayer, at least Battlefield had their campaign, and then they did have some... They kind of did, like, what Call of Duty Modern Warfare did, where they had, like, a Spec Ops mode.
Yeah.
Sort of, and honestly, those weren't bad either. Hell, even in, like, Battlefield 1, they had other different, like, game modes you could play that were interesting.
Yeah. And all the, like, single player modes, yeah?
Yeah, single player. Their single player mode in that game was at least a different style from what it normally was, which I can appreciate because I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just at least have something so you don't waste a whole bunch of discs and plastic cases.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like it. And and I just mean that consensually, because you know for a fact that I do not play these types of games. I'm not the whole multiplayer type stuff. So I'm not just talking about a me thing. I'm just talking about the general concept of the rule. Oh, ouch. That was right in your face.
Mm-hmm. It was.
Don't worry. Just hide in the corner. You'll heal your face just fine.
Exactly. That broken nose will be healed.
Yeah, exactly. Nice magazine flip there.
Yeah.
Oh.
What in the goddamn?
Had to throw a little bit of New Vegas in there.
Nice one.
A bit of a throwback to one of the to a series we did.
Yeah.
That's got to be a first. Did we ever have an edit where it's a throwback to something we did?
I don't think so. No. I've never done it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't remember entirely.
Yeah, no. I don't think Josh has it all. I don't think Carlos has either. Because he's barely done any games for the channel as of so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cam, I think this is your 5th game. I think.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm presenting more ideas, so...
Yeah, you are. So,
if anything, it shows I'm dedicated.
Yeah. Because, like, I have a whole list of all the games that everyone wants to do for this channel, and it's a pretty long list. So...
Mine makes up a good part of it.
Yeah, it does, actually. So we'll get to everything eventually. Our motto should be
In
just
10 years or so?
Yeah, 10 years from now. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
For even around that long.
We'll see. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. Yeah. So it's something. Yeah. It's fun. It's something nice to do. And they have to keep making yearly Call of Duty games. You know we'll be around for that, you know?
Oh, yeah. You certainly will have someone in the group who will play them.
Exactly. And he'll be absolutely devastated when they come out with Vanguard 2.
Yeah. And I'll definitely be throwing my controller through a wall. Okay, hold on. First of all, if we get Vanguard 2, but we do not get, like... We don't get, like, a good World War II. Because we got a shitty World War II, but we don't get a good World War II sequel. Then I'm gonna have a problem.
Yeah. And you're hoping for a Modern Warfare 3 remastered as well, yeah.
I am really hoping for that. Honestly, because if I am to do all 3 of them, I'd like them to be consistent in terms of like aesthetical quality.
Right.
Rather than just me jumping from a remastered to the original. Because while I still like the original graphics for the game, I feel it would be odd to downgrade in graphics.
Right. It's like, hey, welcome back to 2011 graphics, guys.
Yeah, it's like I'm going from like fucking 4K realistic graphics to like 1080p.
Well, man, we're back in the good old days of what 10 minute YouTube video long.
Back when I could only record 15 minutes at a time. And I learned how to fix that problem.
Oh, oops. Oh, it's a cutscene. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
All right. Hello.
Place? This belongs to you, sir. Who's so?
So it turns out Prisoner 627 was Captain Price
Really? Wow.
from the first game.
What the hell happened?
Well, there actually is backstory to this.
Ah, but that'll be.
After two,
Yeah.
well, they don't really ever explain it actually,
Oh, okay.
and you only ever learn about this through trailers for the third game.
Oh, okay.
So, after the events of the first game, Soap and Price are recruited by General Shepard to join Task Force 141. They were original members of Task Force 141.
All right.
During that recruiting, they brought on other members, guys like Ghost, and they would recruit 2 other members from the Delta Force squad of the military. Now, these 2 characters will be introduced later in the 3rd game.
Okay.
But during a mission when they were going after Makarov, the plan went completely wrong and Makarov wasn't there. And they were getting surrounded. While they were trying to escape, Price got shot. He stayed behind so they could escape, and hence he got captured.
Oh, I see.
They ended up sending him to the Gulag.
Okay.
And that's essentially how we got to this point where we rescued him.
So that's explained in the Modern Warfare 3 trailers?
It's explained in the trailer, in the reveal trailers of the 3rd game, I believe.
That's weird.
It was like this live action trailer.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool, actually. But it's it's weird that they don't actually explain in this material.
Yeah. We just kind of have to wonder what happened to him until that trailer came out.
I see. Yeah.
Because Modern Warfare 3 kind of fully set the story of how they were going to end it.